COVID-19 has been devastating to the human population, claiming 125,000 lives in just a few months, and it continues to rise. But this new pathogen, the virus SARS-CoV-2, could be catastrophic to all great apes that share this planet, of which humans, of course, are one. Humans are classified into a subgroup of primates called the great apes, or hominoids. The four other great apes are gorillas, bonobos, chimpanzees and orangutans. Orangutans share 96.4% of their DNA with us, and chimpanzees even more at 98%. These biological similarities between humans and great apes predispose them to cross-species pathogen transmission, and the destruction of their habitat may exacerbate interspecies contact and anthropogenic transmission. Basically, that means humans carrying disease that they can pass on to other animals. So great apes can catch human diseases, and they are particularly susceptible to respiratory diseases. And although it's not clear at this point, it's safest to assume that great apes are susceptible to SARS-CoV-2 infection. Respiratory viruses of human origin that cause disease in other wild great apes can affect apes far more severely than they do humans. For example, human metapneumovirus, or HMPV, is a relatively benign virus in humans with mild symptoms that clear up after 1 or 2 days without treatment. But for great apes, especially chimpanzees, this can potentially lead to a lethal outbreak in populations, showing a lack of resistance to these viruses in these great apes. Suitable prevention strategies have included improved hygiene, sanitation and reduced human visitation, alongside large-scale vaccinations of great apes if effective and available. Now, people ask us, why do we have to wear these masks and these gloves? Well, the truth is, these young orangutans have a very weak immune system, and we can quite easily pass on germs and diseases to them, and they can be simply life-threatening to these little guys. So by wearing this, we protect them, and we don't pass on parasites like cryptosporidium and other life-threatening diseases. Many conservation organisations have strongly recommended that human visitation be reduced to a minimum. A drop in tourism to the national parks of Africa and Asia could spell disaster for the great apes. Parks in the Congo and Rwanda have already closed their doors to visitors to protect their great apes from COVID-19. And in Malaysian Borneo, the Sepalok Orangutan Rehabilitation Centre have also closed their doors to visitors to protect the already critically endangered orangutan from this potentially fatal disease, and they just can't take the risk. Without the funding from tourism, these parks could close for good, or at least lead to staff cuts, making them less effective against poaching and the exotic animal trade, which is exactly where this new coronavirus came from in the first place. Mountain gorilla tourism is arguably the most effective example of the positive impact wildlife tourism can have on conservation. In 1981, in the Virunga region of East Africa, there were only 250 mountain gorillas. By 2010, that number had doubled, and today there are over 1,000 individuals, and the species has been downgraded from critically endangered to endangered. No great apes have yet been reported to have contracted COVID-19, so the true impact is still unknown. But many of these great apes are on the brink of extinction. So these incredible animals are further threatened from this new coronavirus, and a battle lies ahead to protect them from possible infection.